So first and foremost, Chase, thank you so much for taking the time to sit down and talk with Music Choice today about your current projects.
Thank you guys for having me.
I'd like to start with your current single, Lonely If You Are. Where were you when you wrote the track, and what sparked the inspiration for the concept of this song?
Yeah, I wrote that one. It just seems so long ago from Lonely If You Are to becoming an older song to me. I was at Lindsey Rhymes' house. We'd written together quite a few times, and it was the first time though Lindsey or Hunter and I had ever written together. Hunter Phelps. So it was an interesting day. It was a weird day. It wasn't a normal day. It was actually, I had a sandwich, and downstairs Lindsay's dog ate my sandwich about halfway through the day, and I was mad. I was like, dang, man, I'm starving now. I don't have a sandwich. Lindsay's dog ate my sandwich. And while I was down there and that happened, Hunter was up in the room writing, and that's when the melody for the chorus came along, because it used to be a different melody. Doesn't matter if it's last call from the late night sidewalk. Like, that's when they came up with that, because it was a different melody before that. And I walked in, I was like, all right, I can work with this. The day got better. I don't care that my sandwich is gone now, because we got a cool song.
The dog literally ate your homework on that one, except this time.
I was so mad, man. I was like, come on, man. I'm trying to write a song. You're eating my sandwich.
But maybe it all worked out for the better, right? Because you got an awesome track out of it. So Lonely If You Are is on part one. Up until this point, you've created 4 full-length studio albums. So why name your newest EPs the album?
I don't call them EPs. I just call them a group of songs, whatever. It's all going to become the album. That's why I just wanted each song to have its own life, because people don't buy CDs, put it in, drive around, and listen to the whole album that much anymore. I know some people still do, but most people don't. I wanted to put out less music more often. So less songs. 7 songs is even a lot for part one, and give people the opportunity to actually hear these songs, because I love these songs. I put so much work into them. I don't want them to just disappear on an album. So I want each song to have its own opportunity. So part one happened. Part two is coming out, and it's so far it's working. I mean, part two has 4 songs on it, and it just gives people the opportunity to really hear each song as opposed to just forgetting about a few. And then, but I want them all to be part of the same project, because this is the same group of songs that I'm working on all within the year and a half or whatever this is going to take. So, and then it'll all eventually become the album.
The album being like an actual physical album with all of the EP parts like put together into one?
Yeah, so all the part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever. I know there's going to be 3 parts. I don't know what it's going to be past that, but they'll all be put together at some point down the road. Physical copies, all the above, and it'll all be the album.
It's a smart idea, because you're right. Each fan does get a chance to listen to every single individual track and what it brings. Especially now we have more time because everybody's stuck at home, so it's really nice to be getting these little pieces of music here and there that people could actually enjoy while they're sitting at home. You did mention that this was one big project. So what story are you looking to tell with the album between all of these parts that are coming out?
Just put a bunch of songs out that people like. It's pretty simple. Yeah, I'm not trying to have a theme. I'm not trying to have. My main thing is I want every song to be. I'm not putting concept songs out. I'm not putting album cuts out. And I want any song that I put out to be in the conversation with the label of all right, we got to put out a single to follow Lonely If You Are. And when I say single, what I mean by that is the song that's going to be played on the radio. So we'll look at every song from part 1. We'll look at every song from part 2. Possibly, I actually hit up Wallen yesterday. So Morgan and I were talking about a possible song together. And I listened to it, and I started playing on guitar. It's the only song I've written during this quarantine. And I hit him up. He was like, yeah, man, let's do it. So that's a possible deal for, some song that's going to be put out there. We'll see what that looks like. But yeah, I want every song to have a shot to be the next single.
I had a lot of nostalgia listening to both parts, because the EP does cover a lot of, your personal growth, your hometown, ups and downs of relationships, and just being a human in general. So what experiences and moments in your life did you want to turn into songs? Did you know what you wanted to write about going into the album?
No, and I still don't know what I want to write about. Every day is so different. I mean, I feel like I don't know about all artists, but I know me. I feel a lot of different things. I almost feel too much sometimes. So each day is different. I go in, I'm feeling something about my family. I go in, I'm feeling down about this. I'm probably gonna write a sad song. I go in, I'm feeling real good about life. It's probably gonna be happy, in your face, up tempo, whatever you want to call that. So every song is different. Every day is different as a songwriter. So I go in and just try to write the best song I can that day, and then I'm gonna try to look at all the work and all the different songs that I wrote, put them together, and eventually that's going to become the album. But I just like writing what's really happening in my life. So that's what you're going to see a lot of. You saw a lot of it on part one. You're going to see even more of it on part two. I know we're in that type of spot in life right now. Where everybody thinks, most people I'm hearing think that we need to be looking for brighter days, and it's just a tough year and all that. I'm like, that's BS. We're right where we belong. You better enjoy it for what it is, because you ain't changing it. So you might as well make the best of it.
Right, it is what it is. So out of both parts, which song means the most to you, or which song did you end up finishing that you're like, wow, this is like a song I'm so, so proud of?
I would either say Belong or this is just for part two. I would say Belong or Down Home Runs Deep. Down Home Runs Deep takes me back to high school, and I love that. I love the nostalgic songs. I grew up on Kenny Chesney, and he's the king of those nostalgic songs, I think. Was most of the stuff nowadays is about here and now, but it's I just love songs that kind of take you back to a place, and Down Home Runs Deep does that for me. Belong is obviously not about going back to anywhere. It's about being right where we are right in the moment. So those are my two, probably my favorites off of part two. And then, man, part one might be the best body of work that I've ever put out as a whole. And hopefully that's the cool part, is all this is going to end up being one piece at some point. But I'd say Messy and Forever to Go are two of my favorites on part one.
I really like Forever to Go. Yeah, it's very, very
thank
sweet.
you. I think it's one of the best songs I've ever put out. That would be one I would really highly, have high on my list of a possible single. Probably not the next one, but a single at some point.
And you have been making music for about a decade now. So what have you learned in this time about songwriting and the art of what goes into making a really great song?
Just being real, letting the song do what it needs to do, getting the hell out of the way. The best songs I've ever written are not songs that I tried so hard on. I can try to slave away all day on a song, and sometimes it just doesn't happen. So take the good days when they come. Take the great songs when they come, because most of them happen by accident. And just be real. Just be real to me. Not trying to be Sam Hunt, or not trying to be Thomas Rhett or Florida Georgia Line or Chris Stapleton or whatever. I mean, there's so many different sounds out there. That's the greatest part about music is the reason there's that many sounds out there is because each artist is being themselves for the most part. And that's all I can do for myself, is just try to sing what I want to sing, have my own voice in this thing, and do styles that I want to do as opposed to what everybody else is doing, because I'm the only person who can be me. So I got to go be the best version of me that I can, and that's what the album, part one, now part two, I think is turning into.
And I think you touched on it a little, but what aspects of the music realm are you still hoping to learn more about? Are you hoping to learn, let's say, more about certain instruments or like songwriting techniques? Is there anything you still want to improve upon as you keep going on this musical journey?
No, I've arrived. I'm good. I'm just kidding. No, I'd love to learn to play piano. I don't know how to play piano well. I know some chords and stuff, but I'd love to get better at piano. I'd love to become a better singer. I'd love to become a better, all the above. That's the greatest part about where I am right now. I think I'm making the best music I've ever made. And this is, Ignite the Night was, I guess, 6 years ago now, and that thing went platinum. So I don't think I've had a bigger album technically since Ignite the Night. But I've had way better music, and that's okay. I'm okay if I have, in my whole life, if I have less success, but I'm becoming better artist, better version of myself as an artist, as a person, I'm good with that.
What do you want fans to understand about you or life in general when they listen to your songs?
I want them to believe me. It's pretty. That's it. At the end of the day, I think that's all that matters. Your music has to be good. Production has to be good. Voice, a lot of has to. Your team around you has to care, and they have to be good. Everything has to line up. But at the end of the day, if they don't believe you, then it doesn't matter. None of it matters. So I just want people to believe what I'm saying, and when I look back on my career, just say, hey, I did the very best I could, and I was me.
And what's next? I know that we're in quarantine, so that question might be up in the air. But between 2020 and 2021, what can we expect from you?
Part three for sure. I'd like to do an acoustic part versions of part one and two, just because I've been doing all these acoustic, you know, deals on Instagram and stuff. That's all we have right now. Maybe just throw out some acoustic stuff. People really enjoy it. I love doing it, or just me and a guitar, or me and a piano or whatever for each song. But I'm gonna tour as soon as they open the states, open the counties, open the whatever to more than 50 people. I'll go play to 50, but financially it don't make any sense. I'm just trying to pay my band right now. Whenever they let me go tour, I'm going to go tour. And we're going to do it the legal way. We're going to follow all the guidelines. We're going to do all that, but I'm ready to go play. Simple as that.
And now just want to leave with the note of, if you have any message that you wanted to send to your fans.
Best part to think about life right now is we got a chance to chill out. We got a chance to calm down and just be at home. And for me, I'm never home, so I'm enjoying it. So the only encouragement I'd say is stop looking for brighter days. The only ones we got are right in front of us. And 2021 ain't happening for a while, so you might as well enjoy 2020.
And live every day like it's the best, yeah.
That's right, yeah. And check out the album part one and two. I want to hear what people think. We put a lot of work into this thing. So tweet me, Instagram, whatever, all the above. I want to hear what people think. And this music is going to be played live as soon as this quarantine's over. So jam it, turn it up, send it to friends, and let's party when we're ready to. If y'all like what you just watched, download the Music Choice app for more.